Welcome back to America Now. Here on the line, we have Dr. Lisa Palmer, a celebrity psychotherapist working with many high-profile patients, top athletes, and entrepreneurs to heal from eating disorders, addictions, traumas, and relationships and parenting problems. Dr. Palmer, thank you so much for taking time to come on the show. I really appreciate it. You know, we have covered Prince's death at length on this show, and Slate.com is reporting that the conversation about Prince's death should be less about addiction and more about physical dependence. The rumors that Prince had entered rehab to address a painkiller addiction shows a general confusion about the two. Anyone who takes opiates for an extended period of time will become physically dependent, and changes actually take place in the brain. When someone stops taking opiates, they develop a number of symptoms, which is called the opiate abstinence syndrome. Addiction is harder to explain and often involves uncontrollable cravings and seeking. It says we should avoid the notion that treating chronic pain creates addicts. So I want to know from you, do you think we don't understand addiction, and Prince's death showcases that?
I definitely think that people have a limited idea of what addiction really is. Look, people can say what they want about Prince, but the truth is that if Prince was taking meds to the point of overdose, what does that tell you? Nobody takes meds to the point of overdose if they don't have a problem going on in their head. Certainly there is, a physical aspect to how opiates may change our physiology. Does it make the body, more prone for needing it? Yes. But then, not everybody who takes opiates develops an addiction. And so that's what we really have to look at. There is a psychological aspect of a person who becomes an addict that is different from, normal that take opiates. And a lot of people do take opiates in this country. It's highly, used for pain.
Yeah, we were talking about during the break how, painkillers and sort of the prescription medication addiction seems to be the epidemic in this country that we're not addressing. Of all people, Jamie Lee Curtis opened up about her battle with opiate addiction, and she said she could relate to Prince because she was toxic too. She said, I too waited anxiously for a prescription to be filed for the opiate I was secretly addicted to. I too took too many at once. I too sought to kill emotional and physical pain with painkillers. Kill it, make it stop. She says she's been in recovery for over 17 years, and she's one of the lucky ones. Why is it so surprising to hear celebrities like Jamie Lee Curtis be open and public about their addictions?
Well, I think celebrities are different than a lot of people because obviously they have so much more stress. But coming out of the closet with their problems is even a bigger deal because they have so much on the line. They may lose sponsorships, they may lose money. I know that with the celebs that I've worked with, this is something that's kept them for a long time from coming to seek therapy, and they actually have to get to a point where they hit rock bottom. If they're lucky enough, they get to therapy. In Prince's case, he wasn't so lucky. So that is, I think, the biggest thing as to why they keep it hidden for so long.
Do you think there's a public shame about being open about previous addictions in some way? I was very surprised to hear this about Jamie Lee Curtis. I think opening up publicly about anything. Actress Kristen Bell admitted she suffers from anxiety and depression and has since a young age. She says she's extremely codependent and she shatters when she thinks people don't like her. She says she compensates by being bubbly all the time. Even just hearing that, and she also said she takes medication to keep her anxiety and depression in check, and she's not afraid to ask for help when she needs it. Even hearing someone like Kristen Bell, who, of course, I only know her as the actress, being so bubbly and open being bubbly, and then open about the fact that she suffers from anxiety and depression. Why is that still so surprising that a celebrity would be so brave with that?
Well, like I said, it goes back to the fact that they have a lot of money on the line, that, their sponsors could drop out. Their sponsors may not want an addict representing their line, whether it be clothing or a food product or whatever. So they also, they also might feel that they might not be able to perform, so their shows might be canceled. So I think that the celebrities are more apt to want to hide and keep this a secret and then try to resolve the problem on their own.
We're on the phone with we're on the phone with Dr. Lisa Palmer, celebrity psychotherapist. So you think most people are private about it, but even people like non-celebrities, I know people that have suffered from addiction, and I only have really found out about it unless I knew them when they were already in recovery, or there was like enough time between their addiction and when they had recovered. Why is it that there's still so much stigma attached to this?
Well, I mean, nobody wants anybody to think that they have a problem, especially with social media. And everybody's always putting up the happy things. They want people to get a good impression of them. And I think that is the main reason. I mean, nobody wants anybody to think something's wrong with them because it could affect their careers, their work, cause other problems for them. I think that's the main reason.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I wish we were more open-minded about these types of things in our culture. Yeah. We're on the phone with Dr. Lisa Palmer, celebrity psychotherapist. I want to ask you, another thing that I found so fascinating is we've been talking also on the show about Lemonade, Beyonce's Lemonade, which got so much attention last weekend. And Rachel Roy is the woman who's rumored to be the woman who Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce with. Some people thought she was Becky with the good hair that Beyonce referenced in her new album. And she also put up an Instagram post, talking about having the good hair. And The Sun is reporting that someone has hacked into her computer and stolen her files. Sources say she fears she'll become a target again if her email conversations with Jay-Z and Beyonce are leaked. Roy says that there's no truth to the rumors and that she and her daughters have become the victims of online abuse. In an instance like Rachel Roy, where, it is sort of surmised that she was the one that cheated with Jay-Z, why is it that fans of a celebrity who don't know them at all are so involved and adamant and intense that they would go so far as to hack into the alleged mistress's emails in order to defend Beyonce?
I think I think a lot of people get their information hacked, and it's really unfortunate whether you're a celebrity or not. But people especially are very curious about what's really going on and what's the truth. So that's why they do it. But I do feel bad for Rachel because she's probably feeling really vulnerable right now. Nobody likes to get their personal information hacked. So it's probably a rough time for her. But in the end, if they figure out what the truth is, the truth could set her free. We don't know. It could set her free.
That's definitely true. Another story I wanted to talk to you about, Dr. Palmer, is Arianna Huffington, of all people. She has this sort of campaign and mission to get people to sleep more. She's written a book about it. She tweets about it, talks about it all the time, that she was in a place where she didn't get enough sleep and she actually collapsed. Now, experts are warning that not getting enough sleep can leave you, quote, functionally drunk in a matter of days. People who get 6 hours a night are already building up sleep debt. Middle-aged men are most likely to be sleep deprived. Women tend to go to bed earlier and wake up later, especially ages 30 to 60. People who spend time in the sunlight each day tend to go to bed earlier and get more sleep. So what's worse if your performance drops, but you don't realize it? So why are so many people so quickly to give up on sleep early? I know people, and I certainly do this from time to time, where you're like, I need 8 hours, but I'll just deal with 4 or 5. And like you said, you sort of get into sleep debt. Why do you think so many people don't do that?
So funny that you're bringing this up today because I literally had to get up at 2:30 this morning to be on an early show.
Oh no!
Deprived, right? No, this is something that affects a lot of people. But I see patients coming into my practice with sleep problems. They want to get to sleep, but they can't get to sleep. A lot of that has to do with, mood instability, problems that they're having in their life, stress, relationship issues. And a lot of people are actually taking sleeping pills, which are having side effects. So, yes, definitely this is a big problem affecting people. About 50 to 70 million people in the U.S. are affected by sleep issues, and it's actually being considered by the Center for Disease Control as being a pretty significant health problem. And it does, create a lot of side effects, health problems, changes in appetite, memory impairment, and so on.
What do you think we can do as a culture? Because I think Americans are so overworked, and they were the first people to jump to, I'll just get up early, I'll work harder, I'll go out, it doesn't matter. Like, sleep definitely, I think, comes last for a lot of people who, are just trying to provide for their families or get through school or whatever. What can we do culturally to make sure that people start making sleep more of a priority?
I think that we kind of need to slow down as a culture and set better boundaries, say no more often, make more me time, make more time for yourself, and also recognize that sometimes behind a sleep problem is post-traumatic stress symptoms, and those are the symptoms that actually need to be corrected and fixed if this has been a problem that's been ongoing for you. So,
Dr. Lisa Palmer is a celebrity psychotherapist. Last question for you. When we talk about sleep in our culture, I can already feel like the tweets coming that people are saying like, why focus on this type of thing, et cetera, et cetera. Do you know if Arianna Huffington's campaign has helped at all?
if her campaign has helped to
bring awareness to a lack of sleep, because quite frankly, it wasn't something I was paying a ton of attention to until she started tweeting about it and talking about it in interviews, and then she actually wrote a book.
Oh, yeah, for sure it would. I mean, anytime, a celebrity brings attention, whether it be to sleep deprivation or depression or bulimia or an addiction, it gets people's attention. And so many people are suffering from this anyway, so it's very validating to them that their problems are not so different, and then that they're not weird, and this is a real problem that people have and is very normal to have. Is common.
Dr. Lisa Palmer, celebrity psychotherapist, thank you so much for taking time out tonight to talk to me about this.
Thanks for having me. I enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you. It's very